the middle sister, right? Megan's the oldest, and Cora.
Megan and Aaron.
Do you know what
and Cora.
Erin does now?
No.
She just spent the summer in New Hampshire with her younger sister Cora and her family working for the state parks. But in the winter, she lives in Florida, and she's a rollerblader, on our roller derby team.
On team.
Yeah, our roller derby team.
Yeah, I think this was 20, I think I
I
have,
think it might be 2001, because Ben's there on
I
that.
think I have the date right. And that was a failure. That bin did not work out because I think the raccoon just chewed through the wood. And then Ann had a metal one made, which is, I guess, still there. And that's Paul at 7 Quid Point. That building was severely damaged in the winter storms this year.
Yeah, the whole corner.
The whole corner was knocked out. It's a brick building, but it's 100 years old, and I guess they're going to rebuild it.
Yep.
He was down in Jefferson for a couple days, and we rode down to play tourist. And that's also Paul with his crew getting gear, and that's Aaron Campbell, and our staff association treasurer, I think, Andrew Dawson on the right,
I think so.
issuing gear to them at the trail equipment issue window. Here's another moose feed. I think that's Dave in the green shorts, and Dick Violet putting more stakes on the fire. This is Dick Violet on the left in the white shirt and the blue pants. That's Buzz Caverly in the center, the superintendent of Baxter Park. I believe that was the year he gave us the plaque that hangs in the office. He didn't come to many moose feeds, but he was the boss man in the park. That is the staff in 99, maybe? I don't know. See if I have a date on that. 2000, well, I have 2002 staff photo. Oh no, 2002 it is, I think. There's a rainbow over the map room, which happens periodically. Pretty, you gotta be in the right place at the right time to get the picture. This is the moose feed, in 2002 probably. That's Julia Lovely in the white blouse. I'm not sure I can identify anybody else there.
The lady with the black band in her hair, that's Mother Nature.
Oh, Mother Nature. Yeah. I don't think any of us know her name, but
Muriel Fourier.
okay.
I do, I had her granddaughter, isn't it?
This is the same moose feed. This is Ed Chase with his wife in front, and John Pluto, and Megan Campbell in the front row. I'm not sure.
Is that Ann, John's wife?
In the white.
In the white is Ann, yeah, I don't know who the person in the maroon shirt is, the woman. This is Al Copperswaite serving ice cream. Al Copperswaite was the director of North Maine Woods for 35 years or something. But he was also a really good cook because his parents were in the catering business.
Put together all the bed frames.
And that's right, he provided the stuff for the, arranged for the makings for the beds.
A very good friend of the program.
Very, very good friend of the program, yeah. In terms of donations to the program, North Maine Woods and him are probably, to the new program, let's say, probably the main, biggest contributors. This is one day when Dave brought us lobsters to cook, and they're cooking, this is the staff, end of the season, cooking lobsters. I think that's maybe Rusty Partridge with his, in a blue shirt in the center, but I'm not sure.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
What are you supposed with those barbecue pits?
This is taking the docks out at the end of 2003, 2004, somewhere in there.
The water is always nicer to take them out.
2002.
Yeah.
2002.
The deepest water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
And by that point, we had the trailer, and you didn't have to carry it all the way up, you just had to get it on the trailer and get it off the trailer. That's the Baxter Park lean-to, or not lean-to, but picnic table.
Oh, Ann's holding her end up so high.
Yeah.
Because it's propped up on the other part of the block up there. And this is on this side of the lake with the trailer. Doing the same day probably, taking the docks out of the water. This is the water slides at Howell Brook, which I believe there's now signage, you're not supposed to do that anymore. Another moose feed, again, Dick Violet in the maroon shirt, and the guy in the white shirt was Hugh Crammon. He was a forester for Irving, and he was on the High Adventure Committee for a few years and was very active and supportive of our program. One year, the Forest Service for the forest fire training arranged for their helicopter to come. So that is a military surplus Huey that the Maine Forest Service uses for firefighting, and they allowed us to not ride in it, but climb in it and look at it, and told us what they did with it and how it worked and things like that. That was, the helicopter came on a day, I think it was maybe when Doug Farrell was the director, and he wasn't here. He said, I can't believe that the helicopter came on the one day that I wasn't on base. This was wilderness first aid training. You notice people with funny stuff tied around their legs. That was improvisational sprinting. That's on the sidewall of the office. Another improvisational splint on somebody. This is a moose feed picture. That is Don on the left, Dave Hostetter in the middle. I think that's Kevin Donnell on the right. Well, that's the problem with taking pictures in the sun. You can't see people's faces very well. Ah,
Oh, I know that.
this is the 2013 moose feed, and this is the Hanson family on the porch of the conference cabin eating steak. And that is the last picture, because this one is Lionel Trains in Riverton, New Jersey, which some of us were talking about at supper tonight. And that's how I entertain people in January.
Is this the next slideshow?
So that is all I have to offer. If somebody has a flame, we can light a light.